That is one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, is those tiny improvements. Okay. Stacking those little habits. Right. And it always makes sense when I talk about losing weight, right? Because you guys know what I'm talking about. You say like, okay, I'm not eating carbs. Carbs are gone. They're gone. They're gone. I'm not eating sweets. I'm not eating sugar. I'm just eating chicken and salad and egg whites for the next 6 weeks. Right. But you've never done that before. So you might be doing that for like 5-7 days, then you're going to burn out and then you fall off the bandwagon. But if you just said, hey, you know what? Instead of eating ice cream at night, I'm going to go for X, right? You make these small, tiny habits that you are creating. Those small, tiny habits will over time make a bigger difference than giant habits over a short period of time. Okay, that is truly the math. Becoming 1% better each day for 1 year will end up making you 37% times better than you were before. But there's a but to this, because if you get 1% worse every single day, you are going to decline to a big fat 0. Okay, and that's when we kind of stop, right? And we kind of stop. Or if we coast, right? If we coast, kind of goes like this, we go down, right? And what starts as a small win, or what starts as a minor setback, does accumulate into something so much more. And maybe you're already thinking about something. Maybe you had a small win and it kind of, like Megan, right? She had a small win. She's like, okay, that was fun. Okay, I'm starting to like that. I'm gonna do some more of that, right? Or you might have setbacks, right? You're like, oh, you know, all my hosts canceled and, you know, nobody wants to have a party. So you just don't do anything. And now your business is at 0. Versus saying, okay, what can I do a little bit today? Even if all my hosts cancel, what's something else I can do? Right? And habits, these little tiny habits that we're trying to teach you guys, are really like compound interests of self-improvement. Okay. The same way that money multiplies through compound interest, personal development compounds the same. Because a small difference every single day over a period of time, you're going to look back one day and be like, whoa, I went live every single week. I could do it in my sleep now, right? Yes, the ROI on personal development is unlimited. And it's kind of like saying, you know, if I save a little bit money, I won't be a millionaire, right? Or if we learn a language, we're not just going to go out there and I'm not going to go out there and learn Greek for a week and all of a sudden expect that I speak it fluently, right? I have to consistently work on that skill and that habit. If I go to the gym for 7 days straight, I'm still not going to have a 6-pack, right? If I eat healthy for 1 week, I'm still not going to lose 20 pounds just because I did it for a week. So if we replicate those poor decisions from day to day to day, making the same mistakes over and over again, excuses, giving us the same excuses, right? They really do lead to toxic results. Pampered chef or not, whatever that is in life, okay? Because every decline, a 1% decline, eventually leads to a problem, right? One less booking message, one less minute spent on your business, one less party a month, right? You're like, oh, well, I was going to get 4, but now I have 3. Out of those 3, you won't get enough bookings. And 3 months from now, you're without business, right? One less live, maybe could have been the live that put you in front of the next person that was going to join your team. And it's okay if you let that happen, as long as you understand why it happened and that you can turn it around in your business at any given point. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how successful you are or how unsuccessful you are, right? The question you have to ask yourself are the habits that I currently have, the habits, if I look back at my last 7 days, the habits that I currently have, are they going to lead me to my success that I want down the road? Am I performing to that level that I want to achieve for this business? Right? If you want to save money or get out of debt, but every week you're putting more into debt, right? You're not going to ever get out of it. Right? And even like your knowledge, right? Not knowing where things is. I don't know how to do that. I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. I don't know where to find it. I don't know about this product. I don't know where the specialist. I don't know how to go live. I don't know how to do a TikTok. I don't know how to do a reel. Megan didn't know how to do a reel and now she loves it. Right? Somebody else in the social media Telegram said the same thing today. They're like, oh my God, thank you for forcing me to do a reel. I mean, we never force anyone, okay? We just give you advice. This is a volunteer RV, right? But your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning habits, okay? You need to know more so you can then influence your habits and make them better. If you're not showing up for your business consistently, you're lagging time management. But we can fix that. The good news is we can fix all those things, okay? Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with all that. And if you want to see where you're going to go in life, where you're going to end up, all you got to do is just look at your habits over time and where they're going to lead you. So I like what Laura said, and it's basically what you like to call, when you talk about habits, is what we like to call habit stacking. Okay. So basically you can say, let's say okay, I had to do this, okay? Over a year ago, I was not a reader, okay? Like we decided to do this book club and I was like, okay, fine. I can't tell people, I can't expect people to do something I'm not willing to do, right? So I'm like, oh, can I do audibles? No, you're just gonna read, okay? So I had to find a pattern in my routine to add reading, right? So if you add something, you can trigger something else. So if you're like, while my coffee, like, what am I currently doing? Like when you get up, right? What do you do, right? You're like XYZ. You're like, okay, I make my coffee. What do you do while the coffee's brewing? Maybe that's your time to say, you know what? 1 minute, 1 page. I can read 1 page while that brews, right? So if you can add a habit to something you're already doing, you can add a new habit that triggers something, all right? Or maybe you're like, I want to start going to the gym. And I say, every time I say I'm going to go do it. But maybe you put your workout clothes in the bathroom. So the first thing you do when you go to the bathroom in the morning, you're like, workout clothes, triggered, right? It triggered a behavior that you want to mimic. Okay. So you can think about, what can I do? If we talked about time management, maybe you want to go live. Maybe you want to, maybe you want to send more booking messages. Maybe you want to find time to show up on 212 live, right? If you're watching this in replay, what can I do? What can I add? What habit can I add to trigger the next new habit I'm trying to create, right? It's got to fit into your schedule, right? It's got to fit in, right? So the challenge for you guys this week is really to look at the habits that you currently have and ask yourself, is what I'm currently doing going to get me those results? Or what habits do I need to eliminate? What habits do I need to implement? And how can I start them in small bite-sized pieces, small habits, okay? If you all want to send, let's say you want to book more parties, right? And you're currently sending 10 messages a day. Now you go to 15. You don't go to 100. That's a lot, right? You go to 15. And then maybe you go to 20 the next day. Maybe you go to 25. Maybe you do 25 for a week and see if you can hold that. And then you go to more, right? But what happens is we're like, oh, I want to book more party. I sent hundreds of messages today and then hundreds of messages tomorrow. And now I'm overwhelmed with the response. I don't know. I don't have time to respond. I'm overwhelmed. I didn't make time. And next week we're sending 0. Is that better? Or is it better to just do 10 messages a day consistently over 6 months, right? Because at the end of the day, your routine, you have a routine. We all have a routine for something. It could be good or bad, but we all have a routine, right? Routine is just habits over time. Habits over time, small habits, big or small, over time, create a routine, right? How many of you guys know that 212 is your routine? Every Wednesday, and do nothing else, right? Look at them. I know who you guys are, right? My family knows. I mean, they should know, but it's like literally like, it's Wednesday, right? You get your call? Okay. It's Wednesday, right? You get your call, right? They know nothing ever happens on 212, on 212 days. But I want you to screenshot this graphic, okay? Because I don't want you guys to get discouraged. You said you're afraid of failure. So what can you do? Can you get on that bike every day just a little bit? Don't spend an hour on that bike trying to figure out how to ride it, right? Just a little bit. Step on it. Feel it out. Go back down. Step on it. Push the pedal. Go back down, right? Create those muscles to help you. So this is kind of like the step 2 from what we talked about last week. But if you don't learn to manage your time, you're never going to be able to build a successful, consistent business. It's always going to be a roller coaster. And somebody asked me the other day, we were on a call with some other leaders and they were able to ask us questions. They said, you know, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay consistent? Or how do you get to work even when you don't want to? And I had to think about that. I'm like, what else would I do? You know, like it's such a routine for me to go XYZ, go in the office and work, XYZ, go in the office and work, right? Like it's such a routine for me that I'm like, what else would I be doing? What else am I going to do on Wednesday nights? You know what I mean? Like it's such a routine that you stop questioning yourself and you just do the things you need to do.